Yeah.
But we ain't old enough World War I.
Well, I think
Aaron's the only one old enough for World War
Now that's
I.
our uncle down there. That's our daddy's brother,
I remember World War I.
Carl Boone.
The highlight of Richard Boone was back when he was a teenager. They were walking from school and from broom stage, and there was about 300 acres of land. And one of Richard's buddies said,
That was your two brothers and me.
one of Richard's buddies said, if I was gonna burn this place off, this is the way I'd do it. He struck a match and had to run for their life. They burned all that. I don't know, it was 300-400 acres of land. They burnt the whole thing off, all the way down through there.
It needed cleaned off anyway.
were you all in different branches or the same branch of the service or what?
Well, I was infantry. All the Algie was infantry. 5 was engineers.
I was in the infantry.
You was in the infantry.
Winston Communications.
I don't know what Buck was in.
All of them are.
He was in Korean War, Buckwell.
I was in communications.
No, he was in Europe.
I was just in occupation troops in Germany.
Now, all right, let me start at the top. Now, Mr. Harley, you were in what
I was
in the Army?
I was Mississippi National Guard. I wasn't in the Guards. I was the first one drafted and sent to them. 31st Infantry Division. And went to landed. I covered 3 years of maneuvers in Louisiana. Covered about 6 different camps in the United States before I went to the Pacific. And we landed in New Guinea.
No.
Oh, okay.
So you went to the Pacific campaign?
Yeah.
Okay.
We landed in New Guinea and then went from there on up through Mauritania to the southernmost Philippines, Mindanao, and that's when the war ended.
Where in New Guinea did you land?
Machin, no. We went to Machin Bay, out on the southern end of it, but then we went on up to the northern end, up to a little old island of Wack. It was air base there.
Spell it, Martin. Spell that out.
Oh, that's been 44 years ago.
That's been 48 years ago.
Wacky, W-A-K-I-A.
But we went from there to Mauritania, and from Mauritania to the southernmost Philippines, Mindanao.
And what did you do in the Army?
I was a mortar section sergeant, 60 mortar section sergeant.
Did you have to go inland in New Guinea?
Did
you go inland in New Guinea?
Not too far. No. Too many headhunters and all that and that. His Alge's outfit had done cleaned New Guinea out before I got over there. The 32nd Division. But you joined them when, Alge? Where were they when you joined?
He's gonna get to him on this question.
Let him get to me.
Okay.
Now y'all two met up in New
Yeah.
Guinea, saw
We-
each other in New Guinea.
Yeah, we
Stayed in pillboxes at that.
met up on Mauritania.
I imagine that was a strange feeling, wasn't it?
Yeah, they were in support for us when we hit Mauritania, and he come inland, and we got to spend a day or two together there before they moved them on out.
Mr. A.D. Okay. Now tell me about your service real quickly.
I was, overseas, I just gave you the overseas part.
Right, okay.
I was a machine gun squad leader for the heavy weapon machine gun, that is a water crew machine
You
gun
was
squad.
102nd Division.
102nd Division. We went in on Cherbourg, but after the front had already moved up. We went in later up into Germany, all the way up in Germany. And I wouldn't know how to spell Warwicken, but it was in the Warwicken, Germany. That's where we first took this machine.
Okay.
Now in the fall school, we used head.
And then him and this one run together in Europe.
Yeah, me and the next one that you're going to be asking.
Clyde?
Brothers.
All right, tell me.
I was in the 271st Combat Engineers, spearheaded Germany with Patton's Third Army. Wound up in Austria at the end of the war. Then, after the war was over, I came back to La Havre, France. And I met AD, he was in hospital over there. We spent a week together. And then I went back over to Czechoslovakian border in Germany.
So you had a week together, you say?
Right.
Okay, Mr. Algie?
I was in the 32nd Infantry Division, but I was in the medical corps. We were attached to the infantry. Wherever the infantry went, we went. In other words, whenever anyone got shot or anything, we'd have to pick them up and care for them. And I went September 17th, 1943. I landed in Brisbane, Australia. Went from there into New Guinea. And went to several places in New Guinea, several different places.
Like what? Name a few of them.
We were just off of Port Moresby, not far off Port Moresby there. Then on up through Itape, I-T-A-P-E. And from there on up through Good Enough Island.
Good enough, Island.
Good Enough Island, yeah.
How old were you when you went overseas?
19. And I went from there on up Leyte in the Philippines, different battles in Leyte, Luzon, and the Netherlands and East Indies, which was Mordai. I went from there into Japan. We went across 4 islands of Japan, I believe it was, from there, and that's where I sailed back.
After they had dropped the atomic bomb.
All this was, we were in combat in all of these different places. And I got back home December 19th, 1945. Because I was in the Army. I was in there 33 months and I spent 27 months overseas.
Mr. Ford?
I was in the 155th Infantry, Camp Blandon, Florida. And Camp Blandon is the hardest battle I ever fought because the war ended while I was taking my basic training. But they sent me on over to Italy and put me in the finance office, exchanging money for GIs coming out of Italy, Yugoslavia, going into Switzerland for 7-day furlough. And I was in just 18 months. I'm glad to get out.
How did you spell Camp Blandon?
Practice, because I wasn't in the
Artillery
war.
pieces.
I wasn't in the war. It's just, you know.
Now retired from
I guess
South
that's the reason I retired from the military.
And Mr. Richard?
That wasn't. He
You
never
what?
got in service.
You was never in the service.
He wasn't old enough.
He was back fighting the devil over here.
He's the preacher, he fights the devil.
This one's a preacher.
He was in the pulpit fighting the devil, you know. That's
Now
one
you
of the
bet
roughest
that
battles.
will go with the paper you want.
Richard just retired from pastoring the same church in Jackson, 29 years.
Which church?
Emmanuel Church of the Nazarene in Jackson. He pastored 29 years. Just retired.
27 and a half years. 27 and a half years. I didn't see. Emmanuel Church is in.
Okay.
Ford retired and went back.
Y'all have these reunions every year?
This,
Well, not here. We go
here.
coast, right? This is, I'm sick. and they all just come to see me today.
Go
I've
eat
got
dinner
bone
with you.
cancer, you see, and they all here just to see me today. But we
Give
go,
him his last rides.
we go to the coast and have a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday down there. The Methodist.
Every August.
With the children and the grandchildren and the great-grandchildren.
They did that work from 89 to over 100 meetings.
There are 104, 105 of us now, of my dad's and mother's descendants.
You count that?
Yeah.
Okay, yours count now. There's around 90 of us meet
Now
now,
that's-
or better every
I
year.
think Macy made 105.
Huh?
Did Macy make 105?
And Richards is gonna make 106 in December, I think. The way we got it figured.
Every August we go down there.
And we're all in church and trying to do right.
And we've been having a turkey bowl at Thanksgiving each year for about the last, what?
20 years.
20 years, but
18?
A
it
what?
done got too
It's
big for that.
Thanksgiving. It's
A
Thanksgiving. and it's
football
a-
game.
It's a
They
reunion.
meet up at Winston Boone's house every Thanksgiving.
Turkey
Spend the
bowl
day,
game.
they call it the turkey bowl, play football in the afternoon, all
Yeah.
the kids, grandkids.
Yeah.
Of course, there's one or two of the kids still play like Buck, he still try to be young and all that stuff.
Richard plays all the time.
And then at Christmas time, we usually get together at Jeanette's at summer.
So y'all meet a lot then, huh?
Oh, yeah. One of the closest families of any family that I know anywhere.
Really?
We really are.
One thing about it, I've never heard a fuss between the whole bunch, and the in-laws either. Of course, we know to be quiet.
I tell you the truth, we got one of the best bunch of in-laws that anybody could have.
Say amen, Lee.
I heard them one night at church singing. One night at church singing, all the children were singing, and so the in-laws got together and we showed them what it was like.
They hadn't been invited to sing?
All the kids live in Mississippi, but some of them had to go out of Mississippi to get wives.
None of the 11,
Two of us is from Tennessee.
none of the 11 are over 175 miles apart.
Really? Real quickly, tell me what y'all's careers were, if you would, starting again with Mr. Harley.
I was a bread man, bread salesman. Drove a bread truck for 31 years. Wholesome and Sunbeam. One part of the year.
And you work for internal revenue.
Yeah, I worked for internal revenue.
What was his name?
Earl
Earl Ainsworth.
Reverend Earl Ainsworth.
Earl Ainsworth. And I worked for internal
He
revenue.
pastored all over Mississippi.
Okay. For IRS, right?
Okay, Eddie.
Infernal revenue.
Munster Music for about 24 years. In Nashville, Tennessee, and in McComb here at the Nazarene Church. See Bethel Church in Nashville, Tennessee, Nazarene Church in Nashville, Tennessee.
What's the name of the Nazarene church here?
First church in Nashville. I'm here for 21 years.
He was a barber for about 25 years here too.
Well, that was on the side for a while. But now,
Just the flunky in general, too.
He's a barber, has a barber shop here now.
Okay.
He's retired from music.
Okay.
retired to a day and a half a week now
Okay.
from the barber shop and from the music too.
All righty. Why?
Salesman, brown velvet ice cream out in New Orleans. 40 years, 3 months.
Retired?
Right.
I've sailed 38 years, retired.
Selling what?
Well, I drove bread truck 5,
Milk truck.
I had the years.
and then,
He was with Sears longer.
and then 18 and a half years with Sears, approximately 10 years selling cars,
Okay.
and retired. Retarded, whichever you want to call it.
Okay.
I've pastored for 27 years and then evangelistic work for 7. Still going, pastor.
Which church?
Grace Church of the Nazarene in Jackson. And evangelistic church.
But now, he wasn't in that church all the time. He's been all over in Pensacola, Florida, and Baton Rouge and all.
Been in five churches.
Okay.
Just a housewife. Taught music. I taught music for 15 years. But my husband retired, and we're just retired together at home now.
Okay.
He was with the U.S. Post Office, Adam Sullivan.
Okay.
He's retarded also.
The telephone company was 29 years and 2 months. Retired in 85.
Getting rid of him.
How many years
29 years and 2 months.
with South Central Bell here in McComb?
Right.
Okay.
Make harder about every morning after retirement.
Hey, that's gonna be another page.
We all meet at Hardee's for breakfast every morning now. A bunch of us meet back in the corner.
That ain't no joke either. I'm there.
Dot, White-headed.
I've worked 17 years as bailiff for jury and jury court. And I work at Hightower Fashion. We own Hightower Fashion. When I'm not in court, I work there.
When she ain't there, she's talking, so.
When she is there,
100 miles
she's
an hour.
She stayed on the telephone over half of her life.
Okay.
I
Yes?
don't spend the money.
I worked for a telephone company 10 years and been a housewife ever since.
How long now that housewife? How long the housewife? 60? No, 50.
30,
30-something.
32, 32.
South Central Bell.
We gonna stay there.
And Richard.
Ministry 33 years. I'm in Emmanuel Church of the Nazarene in Jack. Been there 27 and a half.
How do you spell Emmanuel?
E-M-M-A-N-Z-E-L.
I
Okay.
think you ought to give us something on that old fella sitting over here, the old uncle.
Yeah.
A little bit.
All right.
Yeah, this is our uncle,
We got one of our great uncles down here with us.
Carl Boone.
C-A-R-L? How old are you, Mr. Carl?
I'm 77 years old.
And don't look over 60.
And look at,
And remember when every one of these was all brought into the world.
Wearing doctors.
Really?
was you
Like
the,
that.
were you the midwife on any of them?
I didn't get that far.
Where do you live, Mr. Carl?
I live in Jackson.
He was like us, he was raised in Sartinville.
He was poor folks too, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So you were Claude's brother.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was next to the youngest and he was the oldest.
He's also a minister, retired.
Retired minister?
Are you putting any in-law names along with the others?
We don't count, just leave us off.
Yeah.
We'll have our own book one day.
Journals, I mean, that's what all that is.
Bestseller.
We all got wives and husbands.
I hope they do.
Did you want any of
Yeah,
that?
go ahead.
It's the same one we started with. Yeah.
Every one of them got the same one they started out with, married, yeah.
Tell me your spouse's name real quick.
Imogene.
Imogene Buffett.
Imogene Huffman, my wife.
Tell Imogene.
I-M-O-G-E-N-E.
44 years last Saturday we've been married.
You take shorthand? Is that shorthand you do?
No, I just scribbled real fast.
Okay.
Okay, let's go for that one.
Okay, just. Yeah, you
Well,
told
you
me.
got mine.
Ainsworth.
Got him.
AD?
AD right here.
Lola Basket Boone from Greenville, Tennessee.
Basket?
Basket, too. Last name is Basket. Basket Boone.
Basket. Or you just half bushel of,
Uh-huh.
or just half bushel basket.
40% years with it. 39.
He's already give up on his crew and gone.
39 years ago.
You been married longer than that. I've been married almost 39. You was an old married hand.
I'll be here all day.
Okay, who's next? Clyde?
Vita Grace Alexander,
Spell that.
D-E-D-A. And then Grace, G-R-A-C-E.
Okay.
Alexander, she was from McComb. And we were married 42 years last Friday.
Okay, out.
44 years.
43, he said.
43 years, I thought.
Ruth Cox. from Nashville,
You
Tennessee.
had your wedding on your mind.
Been married, be 40 years in November. If you want to put 39 and a half or whichever you want to put 40, either one be close.
Forward.
Barbara Lang from Magnolia.
Don't forget to put
We've
a
been
note in
married
there that-
almost 35 years. We'll be in August.
Don't forget to put a note on there that they all married women that's 10 years younger than they are.
Please put that in there.
Sure did.
Every
They've been
one of
married
these boys married
Not
young
all.
women.
Richard's just 4.
Jewel Fortenberry from
Richard's just
Progress,
4.
Mississippi. That's out east of Ohio.
Jewel, spelled you.
Jewel. We've been married 30 years.
30 years.
Dot.
And yesterday was her birthday. She was 51 yesterday.
Leave that house. We've been married 39. Right at it.
We'll be 39.
Dot shaking up food.
31.
You can tag my
How
food.
long you been married?
Who, me?
Look at Dale Picker over there.
Okay?
Andy said he was 33 this morning.
Boy,
Ella.
he was 33.
Ella?
He's not even 30 yet.
I'll tell you, Lemelia. Lemelia. Johnson.
Spelled that.
But
Johnston.
How many years you married?
30. From Johnson Station too, wasn't it?
Johnson Chapel.
Jeanette, you know what Clinton, you know what Dan Adams said, Clinton said about what you got?
How many?
He said I picked the bottom of the
We had
barrel.
our 40th anniversary.
Yeah.
Y'all have been married 52 years
You
now.
got that.
Be quiet, he's trying to hear.
How long have you been married?
41, I think 41.
Alan, you're supposed to be down here.
Right here, Tom. Right here.
You're supposed to be right here.
You're next
I'm
to me.
putting my hands
And
on my little
Clyde,
brother.
if you want to get down here, we'll soar.
Claude Boone family getting their
Can you see everybody?
Tell us when.
Shoot the wad.
You kids get
All right,
quiet.
smile. I can't see off Clyde's head.
I'll count to 3, so I gotta get this.
Can you see
So
Claudine?
you get the smile on you.
My head turned it around. Matter short of play. Ball
Can you see
Okay.
over me?
Big smile.
Don's white hair is blocking me.
Let me get a few more.
I hope he likes that.
Oh, he'll make a story out of that. It's fantastic.
Smile.
Let somebody
Cheese.
before you.
Cracker.
Jewel, you
Still
got
running
it?
it, Jewel?
That church about 30 years. I heard this is like 47 and a half.
Get 2 more.
Oh, you want the in-laws next?
Jewel, feeling good now.
Smile, Uncle Harley.
About RV hunters going, RV always wanted to
Just
go
bam,
back.
bam, bam.
Never got to go to real good.
That's why.
And he heard RV talk about what he'd like to do, and he wrote one of the
One
best
more.
stories
That's
ever
a good one.
live on here.
Cheese. Smile, Uncle Clyde.
Now let's step down and get one of you spread out.
Jeanette, is that for the one from the
Get
left?
that Rick
or the
Sid?
other?
They're getting his picture for the paper.
One part.
Yeah, he got snaps.
Okay, smile, Uncle Lee.
Can you see through this thing clean?
Dot, say,
Amen, brother.
say yes.
Didn't he have roses and all that down here?
Smile. Mayor.
Cheese and all.
One more.
Oh, man.
Make sure you look right, huh?
You didn't make this many of the children.
Made 3. Smile, Mayor.
You got more to work with. You got that right, children.
Can you see plain through that?
Don't pay attention to your daddy.
Some
people slap.
What'd you do?
That?
I was sending that thing her flowers. You can hear that. They send it, they delivering some live.
We lost a lot of St. Augustine during the winter too.
Do we need to get closer communion? We can get a little closer.
Well, I turned
Down
it
closer
closer
to me.
I just make you. How much were you going to weigh? I weigh about
I want you not to finish.
Are you taking it?
What's up? Hurry it up. Yeah, he's getting us out
Harley, you trying to make him think you're old with that walking stick.
I'm holding out both ways.
No,
Yeah.
leave me alone.
Dick, you may get him.
No, leave me alone.
Yes, sir.
This end looking sharp, ain't
Yeah, that's young end down there looks
it?
good.
End on this end looking
This
sharp.
other end looks bad.
Where was it?
There it was.
Oh, look at all the money. Right here at Blackstone. That back one's in. I just got back from the I'm not getting back. Well, just got shot of 2 months down. And I was
Some of them have been here 28,000
Even you him.
Put it up for sale down there.
That's got rubber in it.
Papa had, we had no mule out there, jumped the fence, you know, and, I tried to hem him up there in the lot one day and then trust me, jumped the fence. Went over the pasture, got him, brought him back, put him in the lot, he jumped out, went down there. Front of Sam Field, down in front of the house. I went and got the little 12 gauge shotgun. He saw me coming. He saw me coming. And I got out on it. I let him have it. That thing went straight to that house. Straight to the barn. When he had that thing, come down and he just hold his head out and say, "Hell, push on what that guy was." Then on out the way, go across the field, you get a cornstalk. Okay, wait.
Which one was that?
I was one of them mean rascals. He jump a lot.
Was that the same time I had old Pat?
No, we had this one with
Richard C.
old man that he tied.
That thing down to the
He jumped so much and we tied him together.
What old Lou was it?
Let me go get you a
Come on,
pillow.
no, this is not scared, here are you? This is fine,
Tom ain't got a crippled back.
Oh, my God.
We'll be back in a little bit, girls.
Where you going?
Take that picture, Brady.
Where y'all
They're
going?
gonna move a pole or something.
To Gordon's and AD's and right back.
We supposed to go eat at 1 now.
We'll be back in a little while then.
Well, y'all.